Hey, Dean here on the Lower Beaver River. This is a little stretch of river below Minersville Reservoir down towards the town of Beaver, actually. Beautiful little river. It's a little high right now with runoff. It's late April. This river that I'm at comes out, it's the outlet of Minersville Reservoir. It flows for several miles here before it goes into the town of Minersville. There's access to most of it. A lot of it is walking access on private land that the Department of Wildlife Resources got. Thank you. You need to get a walk-in permit access code to fish here, but they're free. All you got to do is go on their website and you can get one. So that makes it easy. Rainbows and browns. Got some nice fish here. I'm going to see what I can do and see if I can catch a few. Just wrapping it up here from Lower Beaver Creek. Had a great time this morning. I was only here for about 3 hours. Hooked up maybe 6 or 7 fish. You'll see a few on this video. And the first, 2.5 hours or so, I was drifting nymphs, and I did pick up some fish on it. Lost one really nice fish. Had him on for quite a while, but he popped off the hook. But I landed some, and browns, but then I wasn't having much luck, so I figured, well, before I go, I just throw in a black woolly bugger with a strike indicator on top, about 3 feet up, and drifted through some of these holes and picked up 2 beautiful rainbows, probably 16-inch fat boy rainbows, and one nice brown, probably about 14 or 15-inch fat brown. So in the last 15 minutes or so, I picked up 3 nice fish. Unfortunately, I can't stay here all day, but I'll be back. Anyway, this is Lower Beaver Creek, just below Minersville Reservoir. And the flies that I caught these fish on, you'll see on this video. This is the nymph that was most effective for me when I was fishing on the Lower Beaver River. Kind of tractor pattern. It is a black rainbow warrior. It's tied with some black holographic tinsel instead of the opal kind of light colored holographic tinsel. I've fished this nymph before several different times, and I've never had it work as well as it did on the Lower Beaver River. For some reason they really liked it. It's a size 14 with a bead, and the fish seem to like that the very best of all the different nymphs I tried. I tried some different San Juan worms and all sorts of things because the river was a little high, and I thought perhaps they might be looking at some of those floating down and getting knocked into the water off of the banks. But this was by far the most effective nymph that I fished while I was there. They're super easy to tie. You can tie them up really quick, and which makes it kind of nice because you're not afraid to lose them. You can throw them in tight spots, and there's a lot of sweepers in this river and stumps and different kinds of things in the water, and you can throw those in there, and if you lose one, it's not the end of the world. They tie up quickly and you can carry a bunch with you. This is a weighted woolly bugger. This one's got a cone head on it, and I also have, when I tie it, I usually wrap it about halfway at the top end of the hook, about halfway to the back with lead wire before I tie the fly to give it some extra weight. It's got a little flash in it. Other than that, it's just the simple old woolly bugger pattern. This was super effective on the Lower Beaver River. After a while, I wasn't getting any action on the nymphs, and there's some places there where you'll get into some riffles and then it'll drop off into some deeper runs. And I put on a black woolly bugger, and you can fish these all sorts of different ways. You can swing them, you can throw them in and strip them, or you can just drift them through the hole. And in this case, I was just drifting it through with a strike indicator about 3 feet up above the fly. And the first woolly bugger I tried didn't have as much weight as this one on it. It just wasn't getting down deep enough, I didn't believe, so I put this one on, and it's fairly heavy. And as soon as I put this one on, I would say in the next, 5 or 6 casts, I hooked up 2 big rainbows and 1 big brown. So it was a pretty awesome fly. So this is just your standard woolly bugger. Oddly enough, for a lot of years I didn't fish woolly buggers. I don't know why I got away from them. Maybe I was too interested in matching all the different nymphs in the river and dry flies and things like that. But over the years I've come back to carry several of these patterns with me all the time. Super effective. If you can drift them with a strike indicator, it helps if you're drifting them through a run where you got just a little current or chop at the top of on the surface that'll kind of make that strike indicator just bounce a little bit as it goes through and put a little extra action on this fly. Anyway, it's a deadly combination. Sometimes when other things aren't working, try that. It's amazing what'll happen. Beaver Creek. Beaver Creek. Not much doubt why they call it that.